downfall of Nigeria is near more than ever. Nigeria can never escape the wrath of America. If you see what the American missionaries are doing just to expose the evil and the complicity of Nigeria, my people, you go and start unpacking your load and look for the nearest country that you go and reset before you. Nigeria is gone completely. This video that you're about to watch, please just sit and comport yourself. Let's see why people are reacting aggressively to this very video. And I'm not here to talk too much, and I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm here to present it the way it is, and that is why I will not talk too much. I want you to just see this video. Watch it, because there's a sin is believing. Nigeria is gone completely. Wonder shall never end. Let's see the video. Don't go anywhere.
Even in the valley, even in the evil, he's sovereign. He still sits on the throne. He's still reigning. Your house might be burned and you may lose your husband, but the Lord is still the Lord. The Lord is still king. And the reality is that the Lord has written this story. The ending is already known. And we know that the ending belongs to the Lord. That he reigns victorious. And he showed us this when he was crucified. And when he was buried. And he was resurrected. It showed that the Lord conquered death. The Lord conquered the evil that killed Jesus. And that same power that conquered the grave lives in each and every single one of us. To the widows, that power is in you. To the ones who've lost their families and lost their home, that power is in you. Because the Lord is your salvation. The Lord is your hope. The Lord is your confidence. John 16:33. It says that in this world you will have trials. You will have tribulations. In fact, don't be surprised at these fiery trials that you face. When the evil is coming, don't be surprised. Because this world is filled with evil. And so Jesus is saying, you will have trials and you will have tribulations. But, he says, but, take heart. Take heart. Why? Because I have overcome the grave.
Mr. President's visit to Plateau State did not show any meaningful effort in the fight against insecurity. It happened same thing in Benue when Mr. President visited Benue State after the Yelwat. And what we saw the same day he visited, the same day he left, there was an attack again. And so it has become a strategy of the criminals sending signal that our security architecture is weak. Mr. President's visit to Plateau State did not show any meaningful effort in the fight against insecurity. Mr. President told Nigerians that the solution to the problem is just to be just. And I wonder, what will this mean to the international community? Mr. President further said and revealed in that that meeting that was hastily and held in the terminal, in the airport terminal, told Nigerians that he has just directed that there should be mapping of the state to help them for real-time investigation and findings of whatever is going to happen within the state, meaning that after 3 years of his stay in office, Mr. President just got to know that technological advancement is a step forward in the fight against insecurity. A country where generals are killed, countries where our militaries are killed and our weapons are seized, and we are just getting to know that after 3 years in office to the fourth year, you got to know that there's need for you to
the solution to arresting the situation so is to install CCTVs.
That's also sent a strong signal to Nigerians that Mr. President over time has not even been committed to the safety of lives and properties of Nigerians. You belabor those that are mourning to leave their houses to come to an airport terminal. This is a slap. I mean, it's an insult to the sensitivity of even the mourners. And I wonder why the governor do not also look at that aspect of belabeling those that are mourning to leave their houses to an airport terminal. And Mr. President in his speech said it is already getting late, meaning that he values the next appointment more than the lives that are lost. So we had how well did we prioritize the lives and properties of Nigerians? And so Mr. President must know all that happened in Plateau State. The speech of Mr. President was not different from what he told Nigerians in 2022 into 2023. If the strength that Mr. President came into the office and said subsidy is gone, if that same strength is put into saying corruption, impunity in our public offices is gone, we will not be seeing we will not be here we are.
Let's look at the developments in Nasarawa State, where the police seems to be stepping up its acts now, particularly with intelligence gathering and quickly, interceding in some of these dastardly acts. Although 11 lives were lost in Nasarawa, in some communities there, 52 houses burnt down in a reprisal attack.
Well, it's a communal issue, and a lot has to be done. I mean, investigation. I will not want to preempt the investigation of the police because the matter is already before the police and investigation is ongoing. However, I think they should be more proactive because what has happened is life is lost. We're a bit late and we're a bit reactive to the issue. So real-time intelligence, real-time information, and that also brings us to the issues of our response mechanism. So it depends on the response time. Our response time is very poor.
And where are the leaders of the community? I mean, if we come up with state policing or community policing and the rest, is this still going to be the kind of mayhem we'll be having amongst their communities?
Well, I've often argued that state policing is a signal commitment to the issues of prevailing insecurity in Nigeria. But again, it has its own challenges. I mean, when we have state police, yes, the response time will be a bit, better than what we are having. But that again is all about the drawing, the formations, the coordination parameter. Because if it is still burdened to the Oga at the top, where people will be killed in state and the commissioner will still be waiting for, orders from the top, then we'll still be back to where we are. So it's going to be how the leadership coordination is going to be
a decentralized one from the memo the current Inspector General of Police sent to the National Assembly. At least no less than 40 or is it 60% will be sent to their state of the present makeup of the federal police. That's one of the several suggestions that he had proposed.
Well, I also hope that these suggestions will come to reality because our current police system needs some reforms to actualize state police. State police will not just open just one day and we say we are in state police. The reforms must start from the federal police system. Not until we are able to at least reform our current police structure, police system, we will not have a better, state policing. Because the state policing is what Nigerians have been, agitating for. But the current police system, the federal police system that we have, how well have they been able to build the trust between them and the people, the police and Nigerians? The Nigerians trust the police system. What is the response mechanism of the federal system? What is the training, the training conduct for the state police? Because you are still going to be giving birth to the same, the old eggs, giving birth to the new eggs. So it's still going to be what have changed in the current federal police system. Then we cannot talk about effective state policing because the state police, we embody community policing. And then what is the community policing, as I've often said, is the community versus the police. And where there's no trust from the people, from the community to the police, how would there be intelligence sharing? How would they have an effective community policing? So until the people own the police, until the people or the police come to understand that the people owns us, we are being paid with the taxpayer money. We must respond to these people. We must also give service. Not until that. And the police feel, we'll continue to have this issue of brutality, killings and all that is happening currently in the current Nigerian police force with extortion.
I think the Nigerian police is being reformed. It's not as horrible as you want to.
Well, if the reform is happening, is it bail free? In current Nigerian police system, it's bail free.
if you experience any such thing, then report it. I'm sure the hierarchy would.
Let's digitalize our checkpoints to see the realities that we are seeing.
Thank you so very much. Dr. Jonathan Onoja is an expert on security matters coming to shed light.
The primary purpose of government is the protection of life and property. During the President's visit to Benue State in June 2025, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu stopped at the government house, but did not go to the actual scene where innocent Nigerians lost their lives. Let's digest this. No more citizen in this country with all the resources available to the President could not make it to the location where families were grieving. He stopped at the government house. In fact, I would even say he encouraged the dehumanization of children who were supposed to be in mourning for what had happened in their community. They were made to stand under the rain and in sycophancy wave the president as he drove by in his tinted SUV. We saw what happened in Jos recently, yesterday or day before yesterday. His engagement ended at the airport instead of at the affected communities to go and show empathy, show understanding, show accountability, because it is his job to protect lives and property. The buck stops on his table. Even worse, he shamelessly told victims that he had only 10 minutes. Talking about light, their airport did not have light, like it was their responsibility, not the government of the day. Implying he had better things to do.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. You have no light at the airport, and I have to fly back within the next 10 minutes.
My heart is heavy, and it goes out to all the people of the Middle Belt and across Nigeria, even Southwest, South, Southeast, that are victims of maladministration of a failed government. There are more people that did not have to die because the government has not taken their security seriously. I say it again, the primary purpose of government is protection of life and property. If this continues as with the callous way this government is managing it, insecurity will get to all of us. Not a matter of if, but when. That a leader showed himself to be successful in amassing wealth for himself, his family, his friends, does not speak to character, does not speak to compassion, does not speak to vision or love for people, especially even when that wealth is questionable. The source of that wealth is questionable. So I implore Nigerians to start to rethink the criteria by which they select leaders, because elections have consequences. The president currently thinks himself to be Julius Caesar. He's not answerable to anyone. He's not accountable. He considers citizens as subjects, an inconvenience, an afterthought. But at this time, he has finally crossed the Rubicon. They called Jonathan heartless, irresponsible, for campaigning when the girls of Chibok were kidnapped. They mocked the way he empathized with grieving families, only for them to get in and show us new lows in callousness, heartlessness, and just sheer irresponsibility. My fellow Nigerians, this is not acceptable. If our leaders refuse to respect the people, we the people must teach them respect. If they believe they are kings over us, we must remind them our ancestors gained our independence years ago from empires that were way more organized, way stronger than they are. We must all unite in one voice to demand accountability, effective servant leadership, whose priority is not just 10 minutes of eye service. That's not what we need. That's not what we want. We need a people, a set of leaders that their sole priority is the well-being of all Nigerians, all the people. May God comfort the families of all those that we have lost. May swift vengeance and justice come to these evil terrorists that keep spilling the blood of Nigerians on our earth. And Nigerians, we must do better. We deserve better. I keep saying it. We are the many, they are the few. If they are not going to work for us and be accountable to us, then they need to go. They need to go. There is no other way around this. Too many tears, too many mothers have cried, too many families are mourning. It's just too much.
Troops of Operation Udoka targeted criminal elements of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra and its armed wing, the Eastern Security Network, sustaining clearance and anti-criminality operations across Abia, Anambra, Cross River, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo states. During the period, troops arrested a total of 91 suspects and rescued 14 kidnapped victims, recovering arms and ammunition and IED materials, while over 80 militants surrendered to troops in January. For the month of March, key highlights include the discovery and safe destruction of 11 IEDs during route clearance along the Eketutu-Uda axis, Orsu local government area of Imo State, between 7th and March of the month, between 7th and 8th of this month. We dismantled 3 illegal refining sites in Egbema West local government area of Imo State on the 11th, with 32 cooking drums and 1 5,000-liter storage tank destroyed. We also neutralized 2 IED specialists and recovery of 3 IEDs and IED making materials at Orsu, Ihetioka on the 14th. Troops also detonated 5 IEDs during clearance at Osumogu, Ihiala local government area of Anambra State on the 22nd of this month, and the destruction of a major illegal refining site in Ohaji Egbema local government area of Imo State on the 23rd, which yielded approximately 23,000 liters of illegally refined and stolen petroleum products. On the 27th, troops conducted aggressive clearance operations across Lilu and surrounding communities in Ihiala local government area of Anambra State. During the operation, troops encountered IEDs and hostile fire, but responded effectively, forcing the terrorists to flee with no casualties recorded among own troops.
Prepare yourself. Something is coming, and we'll keep exposing it. We cannot hide it, and that is why we are here. Our work is to naked Nigeria before the world. Who am I? I'm Global Love Channel TV. If you love what we do here in this Global Love Channel TV, please don't hesitate to touch and hand for subscribe button, like and turn on the notification bell. So whenever we upload a new video like this, you'll be the first person to be notified. And in doing that, you are encouraged to do more, because togetherness we shall save life together. Share this video widely. Disintegration remains the best option and the lastly solution to this Nigeria crisis, to this crisis that is going on in, day out. Till next time, see you in my next video. Bye for now. Thank you.